Court. Breaking news where the hijab row has been mentioned once again in the Supreme Court, with petitioners saying that they've lost one whole year and the Chief Justice saying that he'll take a call on it. More context on what this means. We'll go over to my colleague Ananya. Ananya, what's the context here?
Well, this matter has been mentioned for the second time. Remember that the same matter was mentioned in January also. And today also the matter has now been mentioned, seeking a hearing in this particular case. Remember that a split verdict had come in from the topmost court of the country with regards to the hijab row upholding, while one of the judgments had upheld, in fact, the Karnataka High Court's order banning any kind of a religious attire inside an educational institution. While on the other hand, the other judge had actually said that hijab is like a gateway and a ticket for many Muslim women who were a part of, in fact, for getting education. So this order has to now go before a larger bench, and in order to constitute that particular bench, a mentioning was made that a hearing should happen on this, because the girls who are actually suffering this they've lost almost 1 year. They cannot give exams, and the exams are scheduled to happen on March 9. The CJI asked as to why they are not being allowed to give exams. The petitioner's lawyer, Mr. Shadan Farasat, actually responded by saying because they are not being allowed to wear hijab for these particular exams.
Okay,
so definitely,
Ananya, context required here. If you could break down for our audiences, particularly those of us who don't understand the way that this is going to work, could you explain? This is a case that was in the Supreme Court initially. What do all of these follow-through actions actually mean? Can you bring us context?
Well, the matter was before a two-judges bench of the Supreme Court. There was a split verdict that had come in. It has to now go before a larger bench. But since the matter was not made before any kind of a bench, no hearing has taken place so far by a larger bench, the CJI actually has to constitute a bench in this, and that's the reason why an urgent mentioning was made before the Chief Justice of India, because the exams for these girls are scheduled on March 9. So the petitioners are actually seeking an early hearing into this particular case, and that's the reason why this particular urgent mentioning has been made. Now the CJI has to take a call as to which bench has to actually hear this particular matter, and also as to what date will this matter be heard on. So all of this has to be decided by the Chief Justice of India, because he is the master of the roster, and he is the one who assigns matter to all of the benches of the topmost court of the country. So now the CJI has to take a call on this, and he said that he'll take a call and assign the matter to a bench. Remember that this split verdict had come in from the Supreme Court, and now the matter would be going before a three-judges bench of the topmost court of the country.
Okay. Ananya, just stay with us, please. Islamic scholar Zeenat Shaukat is with us right now. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18. Ma'am, this matter coming up once again, mentioned again in front of the CJI, with petitioners saying they've lost one whole year. Ma'am, what is your opinion on this entire story?
My opinion is that the Supreme Court should give its judgment as they are asking for it, and if whatever maybe the facilities that the court has and whatever the Honorable Justice decides, I think a quick judgment would be helpful to everyone to know, what the position is, because there has been a split judgment last time. So, and the second thing I would like to say is that education, should not be stopped, should not have been stopped by the girls in the meantime. You see, education has to continue. It is a primary factor in any human being's life, particularly a girl's life in today's day and age. So the education should have continued, and now whatever may be the reasons that they have halted it, I think the Supreme Court's early judgment will be beneficial for one and all concerned.
Okay.
And it should do so at its convenience, of course. I'm not just saying that but since they have asked for it, I think that would be helpful.
Okay, Ms. Shaukat, thank you so much for bringing us that context. Let's move on from this story now.